Number two, unexplainable discouragement. Unexplainable discouragement. There are moments when discouragement comes without an obvious reason. I mean, you that you were just yesterday, you were hopeful, you were full of hope, but suddenly you feel like giving up. And then you begin to question your calling, you begin to question your future, you begin to question even God's promises. These are things that happen to us. Personally, I've been there. But there is something about 1 Kings chapter 19. Let's look at that. When you carefully read it, you find out that Elijah, after a great victory, he became deeply discouraged. And then you begin to ask yourself, why will you be discouraged just after the victory? What the enemy wants to do here is that the enemy will love you to abandon what God has called you to do. The purpose of the enemy, his target, is to frustrate you so that you abandon what God has called you to do. In Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, the Bible says we should not become weary in doing good, which means that once you are on the journey to fulfill your purpose, the enemy will do everything possible to make you weary so that you will abandon that God's agenda for your life. But hear this, don't make permanent decisions during temporary seasons of discouragement. Don't make permanent decisions. All right? Don't make permanent decisions during temporary season of discouragement. At that period where you are discouraged, don't make any permanent decisions. Let's move to number 3. Constant distractions from your purpose. Constant distractions from your purpose. Sometimes the battle is not about destroying you. Yeah. It is about distracting you from what God wants you to do. You become busy with everything except what God has instructed you to do. You find yourself always doing the opposite. This is what your assignment is. But always you find yourself doing the opposite. Now, Nehemiah faced this kind of opposition when he was rebuilding the wall. His enemies tried to pull him away from his assignment. Now, let's look at his response. In Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 3, he said, I am doing a great work so that I cannot come down. I am doing a great work so that I cannot what? Come down. The work I'm doing is great. For that matter, I don't have time for all this, but the enemy will always distract you. There are conversations that you need to stop. I'm telling you, some distractions need to be rejected. You need to make conscious effort to reject these distractions. And lastly, you need to stay focused on your assignment. You need to be focused on your assignment because the devil will do everything possible to distract you. Distractions are the devil's work. Now, let's move